I never quite know what category to put this on onto Twitch when I'm just having a little chat about Xbox games and what's knocking around and things like that. Obviously, the spring sale started today, and I've just been ploughing through it, and somehow it's ended up at 5 a.m. A mixture of the spring sale and binge watching Three Body Problem on Netflix has taken me to 5 o'clock in the morning. I've just made a cup of decaf tea and I was thinking I'm going to go to bed. And then I thought I'll turn on the Xbox and download the games I've bought. One thing led to another, and now, of course, I'm playing on the Xbox. Ooh, Sea of Thieves perk. Where's that? Eh? Oh, it's duped me. I haven't actually got the perk. I've got some other perks going on here. Oh well, all shit games apart from maybe F123 is alright. I don't know. Brilliant. So, oh, what is that? Right, what does it want? I'm going to click cancel on that because I don't know what game it was. Strong Moon. Right. Cancel the installation of that. Sorry about this. And then wherever that is. So I bought some games recently. Basically. Let's just install that. But yeah, so Xbox have got a huge sale on at the moment. Not the best, but it's hard for me because I wrote a little bit of software to um, scrape a website of all the listings of the Xbox sales, download it all into a CSV file, and then automatically that gets run against all of the games I already own, or all the games that are on Game Pass, or all the games I previously said don't bother with, type thing. It weeds out all of those, and then I'm just left with games that I haven't seen before, really. And so, obviously, the more games I own, every time there's a sale, the even less games I seem to see. So every sale just looks increasingly shit to me, but it's actually just because I own a load more of the games than I did compared to the last sale type thing, if that makes sense. The Christmas sale was pretty good, but this spring sale doesn't look that brilliant to me. Now, when I look at this, though, part of the issue is that often bundles are sold, and I might not own the bundle. Oh, I didn't realise FIFA was on sale actually, but I ain't too bothered about buying FIFA. I love the odd bash at it. Again, I thought I owned this, so this is. Oh, I do. I own. Right. The other issue is like I own a lot of these games like on Steam. If you know what I mean. I still end up buying duplicates by accident. But yeah. Um, so I'm sure if you don't own a stupid, ridiculous amount of Xbox games, um, this all will look pretty good. I don't know. Um, and there are some games in here that I don't have yet, like RoboCop. Um, well, in fact, I know which ones that I want and don't have because I've got a wish list, which I highly recommend keeping because you then get informed when things are on sale. So RoboCop, I don't know if it's worth me owning that. I'm sort of more tempted to buy the physical disc because it looks to me like it's just going to be a single playthrough. So I buy a physical disc, trade it back in, you know. Um, and they're a lot cheaper than buying the digital versions when it's a single playthrough. But some of these I've added just because I've noticed the titles in the sale. And I'm like, oh, I need to have a look at that. Teardown I've got, well, that's just the DLC. So not many of these games on my wish list have hit the sales or hit the sales at a price I think yeah, that's reasonable type thing. Um, Gunfire Reborn had a couple of run-throughs of that recently. It's okay. That's about it, really. I did enjoy it, to be fair, but I think the novelty. Once the novelty of a new title wears off, then I'm not sure how much I enjoy it. That's not a great price, I don't think, for what that title is. I hate to say it, but it looks okay, but it's just a bloody platformer at the end of the day. So, don't know, it just seems a bit pricey for what it is. Um, yeah, I was really hoping a lot more things would hit, to be honest. I was umming and ahhing about this Aliens Dark Descent, and I still am, but I think the trouble is, it's fundamentally a strategy game, and I haven't played any of the XCOM stuff that I own or any of the other strategy titles, to be honest. And I think the reason I haven't played them is, despite being someone who enjoys strategic games, um, I don't know if I like that type of strategy game. I don't know. I enjoy strategic thinking, just not necessarily that type. Yeah, so a lot of things didn't hit. Um, that's the reloaded edition of Deadlight 2. Oh yeah, I haven't played Deadlight 1 yet, so I'm not going to jump into that just yet. That's got to be appearing on Game Pass soon anyway, Alan Wake 2. And I think part of my reluctance to buy a game is I'm goddamn know that if I buy a game, like if I jump in and get RoboCop today, I can just guarantee it'll be on Game Pass tomorrow. That's just seems to have been the way it is for me. Oh, I wondered why none of the Avatar games were discounted, but looks like it has been discounted actually. Um, so confusing with all these different things. I wish they'd just have a title and that's it. So there's a deluxe edition, a gold edition, an ultimate edition. I don't know, maybe my software's not working, but I didn't see any of those come through. Or maybe I dismissed them. Maybe those three editions are a do not buy on my list because I'm just like, that's good enough. I don't know. Yeah, so they've got a good sale on anyway at the moment. Um, it's okay. It's all right. I can't. I think objectively it's good. I can't say for me it's any good. This is a nice little thing. Where is it? Dolby Access. Um, Download Dolby Access or set up a Dolby Atmos device. So with that, I don't know what that is. A receiver. That's on sale at the moment. I think. I mean, I saw it in the list anyway. Um, but I think you can have up to 5 Dolby Atmos devices set up or something. I don't know. Dolby Atmos is awesome for movies and stuff like that. But I'm sure this same license that I bought works on PC as well. Yeah, 30% off. I didn't think twice about buying those when they were available anyway. I don't know what that is. There's a lot of weird apps on here, to be fair. It's not something I'd expect to be browsing on my console. That's a bit weird, really. Um, oh yeah, I mean, the other strange thing is that a lot of games are on sale that are just Game Pass games. So it just seems madness to me. Why would you buy that game for £45 when £45 will get you 3 months of Game Pass? Do you know what I mean? I just get 3 months of Game Pass. Get that game done in a week, and then you've got like whatever remains. Joe. 12 weeks. You've got 11 weeks of Game Pass if you're going to do that. And then the other thing is, even though I don't really game much on PC, I do. My software does tell me it downloads all these games, puts it into a CSV file, cross-checks it against what I already own, and luckily I just added a new entry on the database to say I will own or already own something coming up here. It was like I can't remember, like a title where you're flying around the solar system and exploring things, I think. So it checks it against what you see there I've maybe made a boo-boo, bought both of those, I don't know. That that's pretty cheap at the moment. Defunct is a decent little title. 83 pence. And it's all right actually. I mean I don't, it hasn't got a child's X01. It's not a very nice thing to say. I really like the game. You can't say that. It's not very nice at all. But it is a child's X01. It's just a nice little game, really. You're just playing as this little sort of open worldy, this robot in the open world, scooting around. I don't think it looks as bad as the graphics make it look there, from what I remember anyway. Little bit of a story to it. I'd give that a recommendation. That 83 pence. I'm so keen on the little cheap games. You know, I own a decent slice of every different which way valued game, but it's a decent one. I've still not got around to playing that, and it's on sale again. I bought that and the last time it was on sale. Still not got around to playing it. It's on sale again. And that's why this is another one that I'm like reluctant to, puts me off buying that Aliens one, because here's another isometric sort of top-down game that's strategy, I think, and I just haven't got around to playing it. I don't think they rock my boat. Well, it's just I like games that I can jump into for like 30 minutes. Never works out though, as 30 minutes. Oh, Elite! I can't believe that's on sale. I've already said don't buy that on my spreadsheet. But actually, I'm sort of tempted now to like. Well, I don't think there's any multiplayer. That's the trouble with it. What a classy guy. If you're going to flush Elite Dangerous on consoles, at least patch it so we can play offline solo before you close the servers. I first played Elite on the BBC Home Micro. You fell, dude. Oh, these people are so angry, abandoned by the devs. I'm not surprised as well. Where's Odyssey? Abandoned for shame. When I bought Elite, I mean, Elite Dangerous was epic when it came out. And I mean, a lot of old fucks like me just really loved it because it just reminded us of Elite Dangerous back in the day on the BBC Micro. So it was just like, wow, this game represented is the reality of what our imaginations were sort of 4 decades ago. If you imagine that. Um, but the thing is, they then like started bringing out loads of different packs, and if you wanted to land on a planet, you had to have a different pack, and it just started sounding like every other bullshit space game. And then they brought it out on console, and then just outright abandoned it, and that's a real shame. But it is. I don't think it's very technical, Elite at all. But I think for a lot of people, maybe there's a barrier to entry or something. It's not. It is a space sim. It isn't a sort of space shoot 'em up type thing, and maybe that was the issue. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't even bother playing it on PC anymore, to be honest. Oh, I'm so glad that arrived on Game Pass. Evil Dead's. Why am I not? Why don't I own Evil Dead? Hmm, maybe that's the reason. Those dodgy reviews. Yeah. Again, I don't sort of see these titles when the spreadsheet downloads. It just weeds them all out. If I've said don't buy it, it just weeds it out. I don't even know it's in the sale, to be honest. And then I've just, like I said, popped onto the Xbox to download those ones I bought, and I'm just chilling, really, talking shit while I'm looking for, because this is a different way of looking at it, and rather than just staring at a spreadsheet. As dull as fuck, actually, I have to say. I say dull as fuck. What time is it? 5:24 a.m. Sales went live at midnight. Dull as fuck has entertained me for 5.5 hours. I've done well, actually, because there's about 800 titles in the sale, and so it's only taken me about 4 hours to go through 800 titles. Yeah, that's not bad when you do the maths on that. Yeah, that is a decent one that I was tempted about. Oh, that's on the sale again. Again, I didn't know that because I own it. That's a decent price for that. That's a really good title. There was another Marvel one, like the Avengers one, which was absolutely shite that came out before it. And I think a lot of people were so disappointed with that they didn't even give this the time of day. But actually, this is a brilliant, brilliant title. It's got its haters, don't get me wrong, but I really enjoyed it. I think some people are expecting the characters to look like the movie, but you know, again, the movie characters don't necessarily look like the comic book characters. So, mm. Apart from the fox thing, whatever it is, raccoon, and oh, Groot. But yeah, it's a decent game, really interesting. It could have been a film. You know what I mean? It was. I feel like I've watched four Guardians of the Galaxy movies after playing that game. Obviously, the third movie has come out. Didn't see this on sale. Have I written that off as just being anime? Yeah, probably. I mean, I do want to open up my mind to a bit more anime, but mm, fuck no. A lot of the first party studios, sort of Bungie and Xbox Game Studios, Microsoft Game Studios, I don't know, they've all got different names. I suspect we'll just stay on Game Pass. I'd be really surprised if any of those came off Game Pass. So and I can't see myself getting rid of Game Pass, to be fair, unless they like double the price or something. But even then, I mean, it's you need it for multiplayer, really. So I'm probably not going to buy those, just knowing full well that they'll be back on Game Pass. Yeah, that's on sale, but it's come on sale after it's dropped on Game Pass, which surprises me because usually they do it the other way around. They put it on sale and people go, "Oh yeah, I'll grab that," and the fucking thing arrives on Game Pass. Horace isn't. I've got it on PC, but I don't really game much on the PC nowadays at all. Um, so I was just like, oh, I'll get it on Xbox because I'm more likely to actually play it if it's on Xbox. And even though it doesn't look amazing, it's got some brilliant reviews on Steam as well as Xbox. So yeah, quite happy to have bought that one this time round anyway. Um, don't know. Oh, I rebought I Am Fish, even though I've completed that, but I just want to keep that in my library just for, in a few years' time. I might have another bash of that. I'm also thinking of buying a second Xbox and giving that to somebody with my catalogue of games because you can do game sharing. Um, you know what? The film was shite, and the game just looks absolutely despicable on this. Like, I'm glad to see that those reviews are so poor as well. Um, yeah, the film is so pants, just absolutely pants compared to the first one as well. But these graphics, I mean, that's not actually the gameplay graphics. I've seen the gameplay and it's just shite, but that just looks well old as well. I don't remember what that actress's name is, Amy Pond or whatever. That's a shame, really. That it's a bit like a step backwards in terms of women in Hollywood. I think the way she is in that film. Joyride Turbo, can't plug it enough. One of the few games on Xbox that actually utilize your Xbox avatar picture. There's loads of games on the Wii that used your Xbox avatar, that use your MiiWii, Wii Me, or whatever it's called, like your little picture character. But on this, yeah, it actually uses your avatar. I just think it's great, just for that reason alone. Like, well done. Um, Kerbal, I've got that on PC. I think there's an issue with mods on Xbox, so I just haven't bothered. But it's one of my favourite all-time games, Kerbal Space Program. I just haven't played it for a long time, but it's well worth having. And even if you're not a total geek, I think it's well worth having because you will become a total geek with this, and it will help you and guide you step by step for you to launch a rocket. And as silly as it looks, when you're thinking of like thrust delta V and stuff like that, this is not that daft at all. It is absolutely brilliant as a space orbital simulator. Really is good. 2K Drive's just dropped on Game Pass. I don't know what the Awesome Edition gives, but absolutely loving that game as well. That's a decent little title, actually. It's different to all the other Lara Croft ones. Uh, Temple of Osiris. I played this about a year ago, maybe, and it's an isometric title, but it does have all the Lara Croft dynamics on it, which is pretty cool. Like you've got all the problem solving, but you still do jumps and parkour and things like that. So it's pretty decent. Oh, I didn't know it had local co-op, but it's pretty cheap there as well at just £2.24. That is like it's a decent bit of game for £2. Like I should just do a little YouTube of 10 best budget games in the sales because I do know and like my budget games as well. That is regarded as one of the best. No, not Lego Worlds. That is pretty good though. I do love Lego Worlds. That is cheap as well. £3.74. You're getting a lot of game for £3.74 with that for definite. And the nice thing for someone like me that suffers from old age um, is that it's really reminiscent of the old school Lego, like space Lego and stuff like that. Seems to be a few sort of offers on here with the old Lego stuff. So my recommendation would be, what's this special offer here? Where is it? I think there's like a buy so many, get so many free or whatever. Oh yeah, no, I'm blocking Lego. This is again on that automated spreadsheet thing. I've blocked Lego because I own so many Lego games. I've got such a backlog of them. But then I still saw Harry Potter and I was about to buy that and I realised I already own that. So it just is out of hand, really. But the Lego games I would recommend, because a lot of these are all the same, really. It's just the theme, but you basically run along in an almost 2D or 2.5D platform environment, um, either beating up stuff or like pressing B and just making stuff from piles of bricks. That's basically it. But there's three Lego games that are different. Well, actually four if you include the Fortnite Lego one. But the one that's quite different that I've been playing recently is this Lego 2K Drive. That's different. There are a couple of games that are like Lego Brick Tales and something else where you're doing puzzle solving Lego. That's pretty cool as well. It's very chilled. Lego Worlds superb. It's one of the better titles. And then there's a Lego City Undercover, which is an odd one because most of the Lego titles use like external intellectual property, use Lego Marvel or Lego Star Wars or something like that. They have external IP, so it's franchised arrangements. But Lego City Undercover was just written outright as a Lego game. But it's not just my opinion, quite a widespread opinion that it's one of the best games. They really hit gold with that. Really works well. Little Nightmares 1 and 2, but I thought I hmm, this is where things can get a little bit confusing because I own Little Nightmares. I own Little Nightmares 2, but I don't own all the DLC. So I could end up buying that pack, just not, you know what I mean, just forgetting that I own two of the main things in the pack. And that's why I have the spreadsheet thing to just stop me going through these things manually and accidentally buying one out of impulse. So my rule is I don't buy off Xbox unless I absolutely have to, because I've done it so many times in the past where I've ended up just buying the same thing twice. Like this one, there's Lords of the Fall. No, not this. Sometimes I end up. Well, I have already done it. I bought a digital, a physical disc, then the Xbox One version, then the Xbox Series version, and that pissed me off because it wasn't cheap on one of the games. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. Here's another example, Mafia Trilogy. You know, it's a bundle that's on sale, but again, in that bundle, I own Mafia 3, Mafia, and Mafia 2. So everything but whatever that is. Oh, Mafia 3 content. Oh, yeah. What's that then? DLC content pack. So do I not own Mafia 3? Oh, I do. Yeah, so I own everything in that bundle, but not the bundle itself. I didn't buy it via the bundle. Ergo, it's given me the opportunity to buy that bundle, but I'll gain literally nothing from doing that. So it is a risky thing the way they do all this, and it doesn't really warn you. It does on the website if you're buying it, but it doesn't on the Xbox to say you own half the shit in here or all the shit in my case. Um, I think these are classic games, really well thought of. I've bought them ages ago. Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor. I bought them ages ago and still haven't got around to playing it. Monstrum's a weird ass game. Um, you sat on you're on the ship. It got too fucking scary for me. It scared the shite out of me. And they you know what? For some reason, look at that thing down there in that corridor. For some reason, these low poly 90s type games just scare the shit out of me. But if it's like a more modern horror, oh, I don't know. I'm lying actually. Every slightly scary game scares the hell out of me now. Hello Neighbor, I just can't take it. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack every time that fucking neighbor grabs hold of me. It absolutely don't know why. I didn't used to be like that. Just become more and more cowardly. Apart from in real life. But when it comes to gaming and movies, now, when it comes to the screen, I can't take it. I can't comment really on a lot of these sporting games like that. I'd rather go out and play basketball than sit at home playing basketball. I mean, that's the way it is for me. Whereas I can't afford to go out racing cars. And I'm surprised if anybody can now with the cost of petrol and car parts and oils and tyres and everything is ridiculous. Any derivatives? Oh, Nickelodeon Kart Racers. I had high hopes for that. It's an absolute pile of shit. Do not get that as a kart racer. Just don't bother with it. It's just not worth it. And I think the reviews probably reflect that as well. Right. Kart Racers and Kart Racers 3. Yeah, I mean, it's just pants. 12 characters for a game that's 31.99. Oh, I don't know about that. Karting game fail, you know what I mean? Yeah, just don't waste your money. Yeah, so of kart games, it's not worth it. There's actually if you're desperate for kart racer, It's actually a free one. So you just type in the word drift and there's a free one on Xbox. It's bloody brilliant. I keep meaning to get around to playing those Ori games. They're very well reviewed. On the backlog, these are great games. These Overcooked stuff, like as little like sort of I don't know. I call them like filler games for when you're playing proper games and then you just need a bit of a break from the intensity of like FPS and Call of Duty. You just do a little bit of Overcooked, and they're fantastic fun. Really, really good fun. Local, online. You get into a certain rhythm with it as well. You think it's going to be like a high communication game, but actually, you start off not communicating, getting things wrong, then you really avidly communicate, and then you just both slip into your own zones, and you just seem to know what needs doing next, and you just yeah, it's really good. Um, don't know. I can't remember much about this game to be honest, but that's on Game Pass anyway. Can't. I mean, they've got their huge followings, the Persona games. So I'm not going to say how much I hate anime. This PGA Tour's on sale at the moment, um, but I think it's just got announced for being coming to Game Pass. I might be wrong, but I think I'm not wrong. I think it's due on Game Pass shortly. Is it not on Game Pass then? It says Play with Cloud Gaming. So has it hit Cloud Gaming then already? Or what? It's an expensive title on release. I'm sure it's like in the 70 quid region. But as technical as like this golfing game would be, I very much doubt it compares to
EA
Wii Go
Sports to the
Golf.
game.
We play golf anyway. Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't intending to play that. To be fair. Oh. Oh God, tired. Been up so long now. I see Battlefield 5 is still on sale. Is it? There's like a honeymoon period between the end of the last sale and the beginning of this one, and you get an overlap. And I think even though the Xbox isn't showing that, it's just showing what's coming on this sale. There's still some titles knocking around from the like last week's sale that's ending today. That's why I was going through the list. Because actually, I ended up going through about 200 titles before the list of this 800 titles. That's why I've been up so long throughout the night. Still haven't played Fable. I own Fable 2 and 3. Still haven't got through those. Love Flight Simulator. I think it's absolutely one of the best games. I mean, I don't I don't play it that often. I've had my like time bashing through it. Don't get me wrong. Um, and you get a lot of game there. You 35 quid. Have I even reviewed it there? No. Can't see the screenshots. Oh well. That's a brilliant game. It's just so massive. It takes up so much space. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting how much space it takes up. 157 gigabytes. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But that's the whole world covered, really. It's a shame there's never been a set of party games on Xbox that's been better, in my opinion, for just like sheer party fun than Fusion Frenzy. There was a Fusion Frenzy 2. Have a copy of that for the Xbox 360, but that's not backwards compatible. But it still wasn't as good as the original Fusion Frenzy. I didn't play the original Fusion Frenzy on the OG Xbox. I first played it on the 360, but it's pretty cool. And my brother doesn't know much about Xbox world of gaming. I mean, well, saying that, there's a lot, 80% of titles are both on PlayStation and Xbox. But he still asks about this game. Like if he's going to play on Xbox with me, he'll ask about that game, which is quite odd, really. So he obviously was keen on it. But there's so many more like local multiplayer games that I've got now. This one is actually this. I've got two Ghostbusters games, and this one is the earlier one. This is like the 2019. The other one's like one of those asymmetric ones where somebody plays the ghost and the others play the like the Ghostbusters. But I actually enjoyed this one more as a title, just because it's like it references the cast, it references the movies. You can definitely see Dan Aykroyd. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty cool title. And I mean, how much is this going for? Because it's good rating. So I'd put this in hidden gem territory, really, of how good it is versus what people know about it. It's tenner. Not a brilliant price. I mean, it's an older game. It's 4 years old. But I'd say it's a good price for a fan of Ghostbusters. And who's not a fan of Ghostbusters? Crikey. Anyway, that is one of the best arcadey driving games on Xbox, and it always goes for cheap. £1.60. That is nothing, absolutely nothing for one of the best arcadey racing games. If you like Forza, you'll like this, basically. But it's a bit more off-roady than Forza is. Well, it's mixed driving surfaces, really. So it's pretty cool, yeah. Even Beach Buggy. Spoke about Guardians of the Galaxy earlier, but it's a great game. Like definitely worthwhile. Gunfire Reborn's good game. It's going cheap. Where did I get up to then? I don't know why I got that. I do buy OG games and then just like, oh no, you know what? Fuck it. Can't be bothered playing it. And what puts me off a lot of those original Xbox games is the screen format, 4:3. Why would you want to be playing on that sort of dodgy screen format? I've only just got into Mass Effect for the first time after all these years. Then again, I only got into Crisis for the first time last year. Good, decent games. There's Metro games as well. How much is that bundle there for 3 games? That's an absolute steal. That £7.49. Is that the revamped sort of Redux? Yeah, Redux as well. Okay, so those are like brought modern into Xbox One remastering, and so that is an absolute steal for those titles. Decent storyline. I'd say if you like the Stalker series of games, you'd love Metro. Really good game. So there is. Oh, that's a decent game. That's only £2.99. Mirror's Edge Castle. So this is the sequel to Mirror's Edge. So that's a good bloody price then, £2.99 as well. I think that Metro is a real bargain at £7.49. I really do. If you don't own the titles already, I must have got up to Monstrum. I've got a lot of these MotoGP games, so I just haven't bothered with that one. Mortal Kombat XL. I think I own another Mortal Kombat, so I hadn't initially bothered with this one. Let me just stick that on the wish list. See why it escaped my attention. Mudrunner's a decent title. $4.99. It's a good title if you haven't got SnowRunner, if you haven't got Game Pass, and you want a bit of this thing. I mean, it's again, it's a simmy title, so it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's great fun. It's not a racing game. It's a driving through the mud, problem-solving type driving as well. It's just good fun. Very realistic as well. I've done some off-roading, and it really does feel quite realistic. I mean, not like when you roll the thing down the hill and you end up on your fucking the right way up and you can just drive off. That's not that realistic, but a lot of it is actually the way you do the gears and you spin out on the mud and stuff like that. Well, you're just getting stuck so fucking much. That's what's realistic about the damn thing, anyway. Unless you've got an instructor with you who micromanages your driving. That's what you want to do if you're going off road. Need for Speed series, a lot of that. I can't really comment. I mean, I overdid Need for Speed. It just seems like a bit. I don't know. I think probably going to be come across a bit snobby about Need for Speed, but it just seems like if you're going to play Need for Speed, you need to watch that series of like Fast and Furious films, go and wear shit from Sports Direct and go and have a McDonald's afterwards. I don't know. It's just that whole fucking lifestyle, isn't it, really? It's just something about it that just I don't know. You listen to garage music. You know what I mean? Oh God, I've let it all out. Let all the prejudice come out. You know what I mean? But I managed to do all that without saying the word chav. So quite proud of myself, really. There's a lot of these weird games. This Ollie Ollie is quite thought of. It wasn't for me really. I think it is a sequel to another title anyway. I can't remember what the first one was called. Just maybe Ollie Ollie. It's just a fucking skateboarding game. So I don't get what the fuss is about because it doesn't look that brilliant to me. There's a lot of like coordinating, but it just looks shit really to me. It just looks like a shit platforming game really. So sorry about that. But yeah, just not my sort of thing. Oh my god, wait, I've spoken about Overcooked, so I'm sort of going back through the list. What I've already done. Thank God that's on Game Pass, so that I had an opportunity to play it and realise how shite it was before even thinking about buying it. But actually, I mean, I'm not the target demographic. I get that, so it seems a bit unfair me saying it's shite, but it is shite. In fact, the whole thing is shite. In fact, I've never liked Peppa Pig because of its weird fucking sideways asymmetric face. I mean, look at the mum there. A fucking nose or whatever it is like it looks like she's got a broken jaw and the nose is stuck out to the side. It doesn't look right, does it? Like, oh, not happy about the way that the artist has done that at all. It's offensive. It's highly offensive to people with asymmetric faces. Fucking, oh dear. Anyway, sorry. I'm just here for my own entertainment. I genuinely am. Right. Where are we at now? Fucking Peppa Pig. We need some decent cartoons, really, for youngsters. Not all that Peppa Pig shit. Get Trapdoor out. Do you know what I mean? Wheel out Trapdoor, or some of the really old school stuff, like the Wombles. I know it's not a cartoon, but or Rainbow. Do you know what I mean? Portal Knights, right? I'd had a little fallout with Minecraft because I think I blew myself up with a bed in the nether and I was just like rage quit it. And then I started missing it and I was like, so I started Googling, are there any games like Minecraft? And this thing plopped up. And I do like a lot of 505 games. Really, I do like loads of them, actually. I've noticed over the time, I'm just like, oh, I really like this title. Who is it by? 505 Games again. Um, like there's a one on Mars that's 505 Games that's good. And yeah, this is sort of very Minecrafty feel, but not trying to be not trying to like unashamedly copy Minecraft because a lot of games have done that and they're just like shitecraft, but they, you know what I mean? They just call themselves stupid names like I don't know Earthcraft and stuff like that. They can't even be bothered to make up a name. But Portal Knights is pretty cool. It's it's like Minecraft without being Minecraft. It's decent. So if you like Minecraft, but you like the combat side of Minecraft, definitely Portal Knights is the way to go. I haven't finished that Portal Knights either. I'll get on to it. I've added Prince of Persia to my wish list. Wish list. Most confusing. Oh no, there's two types. There's two games called Prey on the Xbox. Totally unrelated, different titles. I haven't got around to playing those prototype games yet. That's pretty cool, actually. And actually, those Psychonauts games has got to be written by somebody who's had a field day on psychedelics and also knows their like had a therapeutic background as well, basically, because like it's spot on. I won't say more. Puyo Puyo Champions, great title. Annoyingly, that sort of Japanese high-pitched squeaky anime fucking voice of you know what I mean? All that overacting bullshit. I don't know what it is about all that, but great game, great game. If you're a fan of Tetris, which again, like, who wouldn't be a fan of Tetris? But it's like it's one of those. You can hear it. Look at that disgusting anime there.
My calculations! Let's do it!
See what I mean about the fucking noises that these creatures come out with. But the worst one is the one that goes, oh no, which is a shame because the gameplay, I guarantee, and that's a really spot on price for what it is, £1.59. Like that is a decent price. But I guarantee the gameplay will have you on this game for hours. Like, guarantee it. But you have to do the tutorial on this title. You can't escape it. That you need to do the tutorials because it is not amazingly complicated, but it's much more complicated than Tetris. Like the way you have to chain things together and stuff like that. But when you get there, when it all clicks into place, fucking brilliant. Really is good. Quantum Break. I enjoyed this title. It's a good price if you've not played it before. I mean, it's on Game Pass, but surprisingly good title. It's a bit of a failure in that what the game did was it tried to mix up an actual series that was on TV with the gameplay footage. It was right from the offset. It was designed as both a game and an accompanying like real life TV. I say real life, but non CGI TV acting thing. Although that guy looks like Littlefinger out of Game of Thrones, so I don't know about the actor and stuff. Oh, it is Littlefinger, but yeah, I don't recognise those actors at all. But graphically, spot on. Gameplay mechanics, spot on. Story, just under spot on. Really, really good. Really good. Well, the story's good actually. It's just that, I know the ins and outs of every bloody bit of science fiction ever written. So to me, it was like nothing new under the sun. But I think unless you're an absolute sci-fi buffing, I suppose that story is a pretty good story, maybe. Quant 2 is a weird title. You play this Pong thing and you just end up breaking out of like the constraints, a bit like sort of what's that film Tron where they all become self-aware, but you break out the constraints of your program and then just explore loads of levels. But to me, like if you're a fan of the sort of Super Meat Boy genre of platforming games, then you'd love this. For me, I think there's a high risk of me throwing my controller at, well, the TV, to be blunt. Um, I don't know. There's too much to comment on. Rage and Rage 2, great games, really really worthwhile. Rad Rogers, bought it, haven't played it. I don't think. I'm just trying to look at that video to see if I've played it. I don't think I have now. I don't think it's as retro as it was made to look like there as well. Red Dead finally starting to get some serious discounts going on. Held its price for bloody ages, like a long time. So, oh wait, I own story mode, but I don't own this one. What's that one then? Oh, it's a bundle that. So I just literally have the story mode. Wait, what? It says I own the story mode. No, go in there. He just wants me to buy it as a gift. I don't know. I own Red Dead 2 anyway. Somewhere, somehow. It's worrying me now. Right, I own Red Dead Redemption, that's for sure. Why, when I go in there, it doesn't let me launch it? Fuck knows. Right. I'm just going to add that to my wish list because that needs a little bit more further investigation as to what the fuck is going on. People are so disappointed with Redfall. I played it. I didn't go back to it, and like I probably put in like 3 hours or something. But I had no issue with it when I was playing it. I don't know why people got so upset about it. People really don't seem to like it, but it's good enough when I played it. Let's have a look what people are saying about it. It's on Game Pass, this game, £17.49. Probably had to reduce in price because people had destroyed it. £99 for the full edition of this quality. Joke. Enjoy the reviews more than this game. Rather buy Baldwin's. Dreadful. I would have been mad if I had paid for this. Nobody's actually said worse than a prostate exam. People that keep saying things and trying to be funny, but bugged up FPS to where the best features of the title card, this is for you. While banging one out to the latest TF2 Rule 34, I fell upon the artwork for Redfall. Pulled me in straight away. A game full of lanky grey fanged ghouls trying to bite me. Sounds like most nights in a UK club. And me loving my homeland was fully committed. But all I found was a game so big and full of holes, I thought I was in a POW camp dating the bush. Long story short, save your money. That's the oddest fucking review, but the only one that's actually said something like, it's buggy. Do not waste your time on money. Everything about the game feels boring. Again, I just have no fucking issue with it, so I really don't get why people are giving it such shit reviews. Oh well. Can't comment on Brendan. I have their things. I have a lot of these Resident Evil games. Not played a goddamn one of them yet. I'm too scared to. If you're into motorbike racing, Ride 4 is probably a decent price now. They haven't. There's a whole series of ride games that have like come out years apart and over the course of like the last 5 years, and they're not that massive difference in terms of what they can do. But if you're not into motorbike racing games, don't think you might do well in car racing games, but motorbike racing games are totally different kettle of fish. Not totally different, but my God, there's a fucking learning curve to get into bike games, definitely. because you've got to think about your weight distribution. Not like riding. If you ride a bike in real life, you're halfway there, I suppose, because you got to think about your weight distribution, back and front wheel, which ties into your braking, etc. You got to really slow down on the corners. You can't put your foot down too much when you're coming out the corners because you spin out. This is a shite game. I really had high hopes for this on PC. Or maybe it wasn't on PC, maybe it was on this, and I thought, just looked quite mystical and whatever, and it was absolutely shite. Fucking yeah, no thanks. Actually felt annoyed that I'd wasted an hour on that, and rarely feel like that. Great game. This I'm not going to buy the bundle because I've already played Road 96, but Mile Zero is what I'm after. So I think this is in my wish list, but really, 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 really enjoyed Road 96. I thought it was excellent. It was really chilled. It was like a bit of a puzzler, a bit of a Tarantino connection of very different stories falling together at the end, set in a very dystopian sort of political age where like children were being ostracized. Well, not ostracized, but demonized, if you like. And yeah, just a really good game. Um, I don't think I played that Roller Drome yet, so I'm not going to comment on that. I've actually knackered myself out just talking shit because I was going to play a game and just do 10 minutes of how I was going to look through the sales by myself. And I thought I might as well just stick on Twitch and whatever I've got to say, I'll put onto Twitch. And I thought that whole process would be 10 minutes, and an hour feels like an hour's gone by. Yeah, an hour has gone by. I haven't played a goddamn game yet. Anyway, Scarlet Nexus, own that, yet to play it. And that is my let me give anime a chance. It's not proper anime, but I say proper anime. It's not the worst type of anime, but it is anime. Now, I did get a subscription to Crunchyroll to watch Scarlet Nexus, ready for my playthrough of the game, and I couldn't bear it. I couldn't bear watching it. Like I stomached 2 episodes, and I really mean when I say stomached, it really was stomached because it just, I don't know, and I just don't get why. I am a lover of science fiction. I'm a lover of science fiction concepts. I could, anything conceptually dealing with life, the universe, and everything. I'm there. So I'm quite happy accessing that sort of fiction via a book. I don't need to see something on TV to enjoy science fiction. Um, it doesn't make any sense then that I'm not into anime because, like, it's not the visuals that are important to me. It's not even like individual characters. I'm quite happy with Asimov because he's not so bothered about characters. I'm really into the concepts of science fiction, and anime has good concepts. I just find it fucking irritating. Really fucking irritating. I don't know. Sims, I'm not even going to mention that. Cinemora X, Shmup, side scrolling, shoot 'em up. People love it. One of the very few sort of flying racing games on Xbox is Skydrift. Definitely cool. Staycation's a decent title. I'd put that as a hidden gem for sure. It's pretty cool. It's got a cool story to it as well, and it's a twin stick shooter. So that has a special place in my heart for twin stick shooters. Definitely, it's an isometric top-down view, but not hugely top-down. With a little bit of tower defense as well as twin stick shooting, and it's just a great thing, and it's a really cool story as well. Like it from what I've done so far. Can't comment on Slime Rancher. It's nice and cheap there, but I had a bash of it. It wasn't for me, really. To be fair. I wouldn't buy SnowRunner on Xbox just because it's been so buggy over the years. I wouldn't take the risk. That's highly thought of. That Sonic Frontiers. I've got other Sonic games that I've not yet played though, so I'm not even going to be thinking about that just yet. But yeah, I don't know. Actually, I'm not thinking about it. Let's just stick it on the wish list, and then I can assess it from there. Space Engineers appeared on Game Pass. Great game on PC. Hours whittled away on that title. Split Second, brilliant game. It's an Xbox 360 backwards compatible game. Absolutely superb. One is hot, it's quite unique in that there's not many racing games where you can actually trigger events in the environment that affect the outcome of the race, like creating new shortcuts in the race or closing sections of the track off. And really good. That's a weird ass game, that stacking. Really fucking weird. Um, I've not seen anything that's the gameplay mechanic of stacking anyway. That everybody's expecting that to drop on Game Pass Jedi Survivor soon. Not really my thing. When it comes to Star Wars, I pretty much only like flying the Millennium Falcon, and everything else is just not for me. Star Wars, I mean Starfield. I think enough people have spoken about their hatred of Starfield. Good set of games, State of Decay 2. Really good, good, and State of Decay as well. I think State of Decay 2 is a huge step up, so just go straight for the second one, really. I would say not got around to playing this yet, but set in the French Revolution anyway. So should we? Oh yeah, it says Paris 1789, French Revolution. Um, but it's like a sort of steampunk French Revolution, alternate history. Great title. How much is that now? Because I got that over at Christmas sales. Good price. Brilliant title. Um, it's that cyberpunk aesthetic. Just a really good game, chilled game, just brilliant playing as a cat. But the motion, the movements, the mechanics of the cat is absolutely spot on. Like if you've ever owned a cat, it just really is spot on of how a cat would be. I'm not going to even talk about Super Meat Boy because it's so fucking challenging, too difficult for me. Great game, Teardown. It's been on Steam for a long time. The only difficulty my recommending this game on Xbox is that the Steam game supports mods and everybody raves about the mods. It's the mods that make this game, and yet there's no mod support on Xbox. So that's a damn shame. But brilliant game still. Even without the mods, I've enjoyed it on Xbox. So well worth a look at. Terraria. Well, I mean, I'm not going to talk about Terraria. Teslagrad, though, that was a really well thought of game. I've got the original on the Wii U. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a platform puzzler, really. Um, I enjoyed it. I've got that on PC. I've yet to get around to playing that North South Civil War thing. There's no way I'm interested in playing play money casino games. Why bother? What is the point in winning play money or losing play money or just play money? So casino games do not interest me at all. And I suppose anybody with half a brain mathematically, well, it's just like, oh, there's a 1 in 5 chance I'll win something. So I don't know, it's just dull. Like it's just dull. The probabilities you can't change probabilities over the long term. The probabilities hold up, and that's life. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's pixel art. Oh, I keep thinking this is like The Long Journey Home or something like that. It's a pretty cool title. Gollum. People hated on Gollum. Absolutely hated on it. I won't try it out. Oh, this is the one that's been released, I think, on Epic Games for free. So even if you don't PC game at the moment, get an Epic Games account and just start adding these free weekly games into your library. So when you do PC game, You've got a whole massive library there. I hated the Quarry. Unfortunately, I put a post up. I say unfortunately, I put a post up to say, does anybody want to co-op play the Quarry with me? Some young lad in Mississippi accepted, and we did a 5 hour stint of the first one. Then we did the second half. We got about half an hour into it, and then he said, I've got to go. I'll be back in like 20 minutes. Didn't turn up again. I've never heard from him ever again. And I just did the second half by myself. But I sort of don't blame him if he was just like fake trying to get out of it, because it's not a real co-op game. The second, third people, they just vote. They don't really do anything. It's fucking dull, really. But even then, even as if you're the primary gamer on this game, it's fucking dull. Like it's just a, you might as well watch just if you got time to waste, if you got 10 hours to waste, watch five good movies from the 1970s or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like watch a fucking series on Netflix or anything, and it's something well written. This is just like a TV series, but it's like it's worse because A, the plot's crap and unoriginal. B, the acting's crap and the actors are actually just CGI. And C, irritatingly, every now and again you have to fiddle around pressing a button. And also all the decisions you make, like 1 in 10 are actually consequential on the fucking game outcome. All right, maybe a bit higher than that. Maybe that's unfair. Maybe it's 1 in 3 actually, a lot higher. But even so, a lot of decisions you make are inconsequential. And I don't know. It's just shit, really. It's just a shit game. But there's loads of the games like this that you think, oh, that's a game where you get to run around and do shit. And nah, it's like an interactive video. Um, and there's actually a company called Wales Interactive that do. Oh, I don't know what there's a question for it. There's a phrase for it. It's like FMV. It's like reality video. So people in reality act out several different outcomes, and you click on this video. Oh, it's fucking bullshit. I wish they didn't make interactive video games because they are just shit. Hammer A as fast as you can, or hold B to hold your breath. You know what I mean? Give me a proper game. The Witcher, absolutely revered as a game, or The Witcher 3 specifically. It's a good price for a good game. That's all I can say. £10 is a decent price for a decent game. This is a hidden gem, I think. This Time on Frog Island. I've been enjoying this. It's a little puzzle game, fairly chilled. Maybe not a hidden gem, but it's all right. Look, I don't know. £5 doesn't seem worth it. If that was £3, I'd say snap that up. It's a bloody bargain. Oh God, I'm yawning. I'm belching. I'm itchy. I just, I'm not, I need to go to bed. Really. Totally backwards. The sun's coming up and I'm fucking going to bed. Um, I'm adding that to I was initially like a bit like, oh, I'm not interested. When they re-release old fucking games, I just think, no, the world's moved on. Like, you're just trying to cash out on people who are just nostalgic about the old stuff. But actually, I'm tempted to have a quick look at some of these older games. But they're older than that. The graphics are shit than that, though. So what games are included in this, eh? Oh right. Oh, I do already own a lot of those, then. And that's coming on Game Pass anyway. Rise of the Tomb Raider. How do I fucking own so many of these games without actually owning the bundle and all the shit in the bundle? Oh well. I'm not going to play Transport Fever on the console. That's a surprisingly good game, even now. Xbox 360 backwards compatible title, but very good. A lot of variety gameplay, very fast paced FPS, a modern Doom, definitely. Was free over the last month on Amazon Luna. But I've brought it on PC now because I've really enjoyed playing it with the mouse, and I think if I'm honest, I probably do prefer playing any FPS with the mouse. Really, I just don't fortunately have that option on every FPS on the Xbox. Great co-op game, Unravel 2. That's pretty crap as a game, to be fair. It's really nothing special. It's poorly made. It looks like somebody made a Roblox game and then thought, oh, I'll go and make my little Roblox game into its own game. Haven't got around to playing this vampire yet, but it's well thought of. Getting towards the end here, I'm just randomly picking out shit that I know about. I haven't played that Virginia yet, although it looks like I own it. Wasteland 2 and 3 are not what I expected. They just look like old games. A lot of text heavy reading, to be honest. People love Katamari, and that usually holds its price really well. So to get those two games for £8.24, bit of a bargain. Wolfenstein franchise, it's all on Game Pass, I think, pretty much. A lot of the Wolfenstein games are. WRC, still my favourite rally games, even over Dirt, I have to say. Enjoy Worms. This is the good Worms. Worms WMD. Don't buy any of the other Worms titles that have been made in the last few years on it for Xbox. That's a good title. Oh, excuse me. Fuck. £4. But it's a little hidden gem. You're a police officer raiding places, but what's really cool is it's got this cell shaded style, which is fantastic. And there's loads of games that there's a few games that have got that cell shaded style, and 13's one of them. I think there's like a version of Dead Island that's got cell shading. Borderlands, I think, is cell shaded, isn't it? I just really like the style. It's very artistic, but a good FPS game at the same time as well. I don't know what that is. That pathogen expansion. Is that for the? Because that if that's what is it works with? Oh, Aliens Fire 2 Elite. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that title. I just played it and I just wasn't that interested in it. That's enough said on the matter, really. Little DLC. I'm sure there was a Halo DLC for Forza Horizon 5, but I've never seen it again. So I don't know what's happened to that. But I would love to drive the Warthog around racetrack in Forza. Oh yeah, the Phantom Liberty DLC has had some rudimentary discount, just 15% off. It's on my wish list, but I'm not going to bite it just 15% off personally. Yeah, that's about it really for me to say on the matter. I was going to play one of the games I downloaded, recently acquired. What's going on here? Horace. Why is Horace not having fun? Get installing Horace. Horace. Is he downloading now? Yeah. Yeah, I was going to jump onto some of these. Like, I've got a load of those shitty puzzle games that give you like 100 points every time you do a bloody level. That's a nice title by the looks of it. It's just a very artistic style title. So I really like those sorts of artsy fartsy platformers ever since doing Limbo. This is a bit like Trials, but with a car and very brightly coloured. these are two puzzle games, Blue Myth and Strong Moon, but they look frustratingly shite. And then these are all just like nasty little puzzle games, basically 2D. I think this is another 2D puzzle game. You know, by the time I've done those, it's like 8,000 gamer points or something like that. Children Mortar. So this is a pixel art title. I think it's like essentially like an RPG, but pixel art. Looks alright. This looks shit. It looks like a poor man's Tomb Raider, but shitty movement, things like that. But it's so fucking dirt cheap. I was just like, you know what? I have to get this title. £2.59. We'll see what it's like. And then Horace looks like a really cool title, pixel art, but very artistic. Great reviews, blah blah blah. I'm too tired to actually game now, so that is it. I'm gonna have to crash out and say cheerio, take it easy, and catch you for some actual gaming in a bit.